All right, fam, welcome to another episode of Fat Phil here. And what I want to go over is a little bit of a brief history of my account and where I'm kind of going next. I want to make this video because I've done a couple of these videos and got guides on primarily Lord Vader, done a couple other things, and really just thought it was important to have something out here on the channel to show you guys where I came from, what I'm doing now, what my future plans are. I think that way it kind of paints a nice picture for you guys so that when you see some of these videos, you understand the background behind it. Because I think sometimes you can get a more twisted image from other content creators out there when they tell you what the best team is and you don't have those characters available. And so hopefully the content I provide you guys can kind of give you that look of, hey, with the characters you have, this is what's possible. So with that said, I want to get started and we're going to look at my roster here. So we'll go in. And so the first things you're going to notice are my favorited characters, and then one of them being Jedi Master Kenobi. I'm finally in that ticket farm. That would be GL number 3 for me. And I'll scroll down a little bit. Like, I do have the Commander Tano. I got the full team ready to go for him. So I'm really excited to get Jedi Master Kenobi. But I'll kind of backtrack to, I guess the real start of my Galaxy of Heroes career. I downloaded around launch, but didn't really play regularly at all until summer 2016. I started playing regularly, but I wasn't hitting 600 tickets a day. I was in a not even mediocre guild. I mean, it was poor. I think it took us months to beat the tier 6 of the tank rate. I mean, it was bad. I then forget one day how, but I got onto the forums and started reading there, learning so much about the game, and from there developed a Wedge Biggs Lando team, kind of started tracking metas, got into a more competitive guild, and I was in a competitive guild all the way up until in 2017, I believe it was, was it 2017 or 2018, right before Jedi Knight Revan was released. I think that was 2018. I left the game. I just was bored. Territory battles was a joke for me. I mean, even with Gear 12, Light Side Hoth it was boring. I just wasn't having fun. Everything just kind of seemed stale. I mean, the Sith Raid was cool, but it was, I don't know, my guild had it down to a science, and so it really was just kind of time for me to walk away. So I stepped away and then didn't start playing again until April of 2020. One of my buddies convinced me to come back to the game. And so at that point, I was 3 million GP without a single relic, no Padme, Jedi Knight Revan, etc., right? And my arena team was a Sith trio with a Gear 11 Traya because she wasn't Gear 12 yet. So obviously we've come a long way. To kind of get you from that point to the next, I would say the first thing I started working on when I came back was Geonosians. I got my Geos up. One, to help contribute to my guild, because I was like, I don't have a lot of really great teams, but Geonosians is something I can get up. I can get us Watch Shards. It'll help in territory wars, right? And then I started working, let's go up here. So I started working towards like a Padme team. So I know that my Galactic Republic obviously looks a lot different than it used to, but kind of started working on that core Padme team. And then I was beginning to work on, I guess I can stay here, the General Skywalker 501st when Sith Eternal launched. And so then, when Sith Eternal happened, I had been looking, and I had a pretty decent empire built up already. So I was able to really get a head start on that Sith Eternal farm, went all in. I only needed to farm Piet and, if I come down to my Sith here, and Sith Marauder. Those are the only two characters that I needed to do any kind of farming with as far as shards. Everybody else was just gear. And so that kind of springboarded me into getting my first GL. And then after him, I went all in for General Skywalker. And I think that this sort of method really worked well for me, where I was able to get General Skywalker after my GL, right? So I already had my arena team And then it was time for me to just work on those teams that were kind of, going to be important to me in GAC, but were not going to necessarily make or break me in Arena. And so I grabbed General Skywalker, got my 501st up and running, and then went all in on Jedi Master Luke. The reason Jedi Master Luke was my second GL was, again, my Rebels had already really been built just from prior playing. Like, I only needed to farm Mothma and 3PO and Chewie. Everybody else was 7-star. In fact, most of them had at least gear 11, if not gear 12 on them. So not a ton of farming needed there. So then I got Jedi Master Luke and then went straight into the Jedi Master Kenobi farm. And I was kind of working through this. I was like, okay, I'll get my Shock T to Relic. I think I got her to Relic 5. And then I was looking and saw that, Executor was there, and with Grand Arena in the state that it was and the difficulty climbing against Executor, I decided to go all in on Executor. So I went, currently have a 5-star Executor, got the fleet, got everybody Relic, including Bam. So I did that, kind of took that break between GLs again, and now we are all in on Jedi Master Kenobi. So if you kind of have been paying attention here, I worked on if you really think about it, from like when I started playing again in 2020, I went non-GL, GL, non-GL, GL. Executor, it's not necessarily a Galactic Legend because there's no ticket system, and while the requirements are pretty steep, a lot of them I already had filled out from other aspects of the game, but then finally another Galactic Legend. So as far as what I plan on doing next, it's going to be finally getting Darth Revan and Malak. So again, non-GL. I do intend to Relic at least 5 characters for that team, between Darth Revan, Bastila, Malak himself. I plan on working on my Sith Empire Trooper again, just to give myself another tank. Where is he at? There he is. So he's been gear 12 for ages now. And then probably HK-47, bring him up to Relic. I don't know how high I'll take all of them, but definitely get them to some decent Relic levels. Probably Relic 5 minimum for the big 3, and then maybe some of the others, maybe Relic 3 will be fine. But that's kind of the brief history of the account, and then, obviously where I'm going next is Malak, and then after Darth Malak, I plan on going after Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. I'll kind of show you why there is that my first order, again, only need to farm up Hux and Sith Trooper, just because I really haven't, I wasn't playing when they were, meta, but everybody else, you notice, like, some of them have gear. I mean, I haven't touched any of these characters since I've been playing again, so that'll give me a good boost there where I really won't have to do a whole lot compared to if I wanted to go for Rey, right? Resistance, I don't need a ton of farming here. Again, obviously I've got Rey and R2, BB-8's gear 12, but the big thing here is that if you went to the ships, you look, I have 10 shards of the Raddus compared to I've already got the 5-star Finalizer, even though my Hux is a joke, and that's just because through farming the Executor, you get the Relic on, Relic Bossk and other ships that really help you get those Finalizer shards. So yeah, I'll kind of come back out here, just filter by power a little bit. I'm sorry, let me get here we go. So we'll sort by power here. So obviously got, my Jedi Master Luke and Sith Eternal there. A lot of the Rex for those certain GLs, Commander Tano, Beskar Mando, Padme, 501st Relics. So, overall, I would say that in the, almost year, and I guess it's 9 months now that I've been playing. Sorry for my cat there jumping around, making noise. I would say that I've made a lot of really good progress, and that, I'm looking forward to see where we go next. Appreciate everybody, stopping by. Hopefully you've, made it this far and kind of have the history of my account. I know it's probably going to be a little bit more boring than some of my how-to guides, but I wanted to get it out here just in case people ever wondered where this account came from and why it looks the way that it does. Like, oh, you don't have Darth Malak or whatever. I mean, this is the state of my account. So hopefully this gives you guys just some background, and so when you see some of these videos, you understand where I'm coming from and what I've been working with. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Again, I'm not asking you to, donate or anything like that. Just clicking those things can really help me out. So appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.